Hey, this is Charles.
Hey, this is Eugene.
Hey, this is Zach Raymer.
Hey, this is Zach Porter.
And welcome to the Monday Mix.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to the first episode ever of the Monday Mix. I'm your host, Charles, and today I'm joined by Zach R., Eugene H., and Zach P. Since it is our first episode, we thought it'd be a good idea if we went around and did some basic interviews with everyone, starting with Eugene. So, Eugene, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Where are you from, man?
My name is Eugene Harrison. I'm from I'm from Havertide Grace. I was born in Havertide Grace, Hartford Memorial Hospital, but I grew up in Edgewood.
Okay, gotcha. So have you lived in Hartford County for pretty much your whole life?
Yes, I have.
Very cool, man. Very cool. And what do you like to do for fun?
I like to spend time with my wife and family, and then I like to play in Special Olympics, basketball, softball, and play football.
Okay, so you play 3 different sports.
Yeah.
You said basketball, softball, and flag football.
Yeah.
And when you're not doing that, you like to spend time with your wife
Yeah.
and your family.
Yeah.
And what do you like to do with your wife and family?
Well, I like to go to the movies and bowling and like wherever they want to go, and sometimes I go out to eat.
Oh, nice. Get to go out on the town,
Yeah.
do some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite restaurant around here?
Well, I do like Golden Corral, but I'm afraid I'm never going to stop eating there.
Right.
Because the last time I went there with me, it was me, Jamal, and my 2 aunts and my mom, and I had like 3 plates. I thought I'd never leave because I had like a whole bunch of plates, and I filmed the plate. One of my friends filmed the plate that I was eating because I had so much food on my plate.
Oh my gosh, it's hard to control yourself when you go there sometimes, huh?
But if I'm not eating there, I eat at Burger King.
Burger King too? Is that the favorite fast food restaurant?
Yeah.
That might be mine too. I don't know, maybe Taco Bell. But cool, man. And also wanted to ask you, what is your goal for this CDS group? What do you hope to get out of this group by the end of it?
I didn't to possibly take it again and possibly like learn more about the class.
Okay, so you're really just here to learn how to podcast,
Yeah.
and you'd like to participate in season 2.
Yeah.
Very good, man. Well, I'm hoping that our whole group wants to, and that we can continue this well past our 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, Eugene.
You're welcome.
And next up, we've got Zach P. So, Zach P., let's get to know you a little better. Where are you from, man?
I originally lived in Edgewood. Right now I'm living, well, I don't really want to say exactly where because, I live basically near the place where our first guest was born, so let's just say that.
Okay, gotcha. So you both spent some time in Edgewood, huh?
Yeah. Spent most of my life there, actually. I lived in the trailer park behind Wendy's up that way.
Oh, no way. I know where you're talking about.
It's where the Big Lots used to be.
Right, I think there's a Gabe's there now, and
Yeah, it
Checkers.
used to be an Ames, believe it or not, when I was a kid.
An Ames. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
Wow, do you remember that too, Eugene?
Yeah, because there's a carnival like going towards Ames like back when I was a kid.
Wow, very cool. So, Zach, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I usually do Photoshop. I've been trying to get back into screenwriting again.
Like plays or
Movies.
movies?
I want
Wow,
to work in the TV and movie industry.
that's incredible. So my next question was going to be, what do you hope to get out of this class? But I think you might have just answered it.
Yeah. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, basically.
Very cool. So you're here to learn just more about recording, audio,
Yep.
podcasting,
Yeah, basically.
all that stuff. And you mentioned that you are into Photoshop.
Yeah. In fact, if you want me to, I can actually give you my flash drive and you can download some of my pictures to the thing if you want to show off some of the stuff for like the visual stuff in our podcast.
That would be so cool. Let's definitely do that.
All right.
I know our podcast is mostly going to be audio. Oh, cool. And we had talked earlier about maybe you could help us with some Photoshop and make an image for our podcast.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you on that one. I already made a thumbnail image for us. I just need to transfer it to my flash drive.
Oh my gosh, man. That's so
Remember that
exciting.
one I showed you the first week?
Yeah. Very cool, man. Well, thank you so much, Zach. And I can't wait to see what we'll come up with together.
Right.
And last but not least, we've got Zach R. So, Zach Raymer, let's get to know you a little better, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Bel Air.
You're from Bel Air. Oh, cool, man. Did you grow up there?
I was born in Annapolis.
Wow. Born in Annapolis. Did you spend any time living in Annapolis?
No.
Or you moved straight to Bel Air?
Yeah.
Very cool. So how long have you lived in Bel Air, would you say?
My whole life.
Wow. That's incredible. You must have seen some changes take place.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot smaller when you were a kid, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. So what do you think about Bel Air? Did you enjoy growing up here?
Yeah.
That's good, man. What do you like about Bel Air?
I like Harford County.
You like Harford County? What specifically about Bel Air do you like?
Harford Mall, I can take walks.
Good places to take walks around here. There's lots of trails. There's the mall. Lots of good restaurants here too.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite part about Bel Air.
Mall
Yeah.
would be an option forever, though.
That's true. I heard they already closed Macy's, so more changes taking place around here, huh?
I know.
So Zach, keep going with this. What do you like to do for fun, man?
I like walking at the Towson Mall and Hattie Grace.
Havre de Grace too, huh? I love walking in Havre de Grace, man. That's some beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can do our podcast from there next time.
Okay.
Oh, what else do you like to do for fun, Zach? Do you watch
Play
TV?
baseball.
You play baseball? Oh, cool. What position do you play?
So I used to pitch.
No way, I didn't know that. Maybe you could get involved with Eugene here.
I know.
Neat. What else? Do you watch TV? Play video games?
Play video games.
Play video games. What kind of video games?
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Cool, man. Me too. Well, I also wanted to ask you, what do you hope to learn in this class? What do you want to get out of this?
Learn how to do your job and learn how to, the skills.
So you're hoping to get some job skills out of this that you can transfer into your career.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, I'm hoping you'll learn that and even more.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Zach. So now that everyone's had the chance to introduce themselves, we thought it'd be a good idea if we just jumped right into our first segment about our weekends. So, Eugene, what did you do this weekend?
Weekend Friday, I spent some time with my mom when we went shopping. She had to get her car work done. And I talked to Damon, then I watched wrestling. Then Saturday I watched men's basketball game, and then Sunday I watched the selection show for the men and women.
Very good. So you talked to your friends, hung out with your family,
Yeah.
and got to relax and watch some sports on TV, huh?
And I walked around my neighborhood.
And you went for a walk?
Yeah,
That sounds like a great weekend, man.
it was.
Cool. So, Zach, what did you get into this weekend?
Hang out with Dad and Mom.
Oh, you hung out with both your parents. Where'd you guys go?
I was in the town center.
The town center?
Yeah, the mall.
Which mall did you go to?
The one in Towson.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Which stores did you guys go into together?
I just took a walk.
You just went to hang out, get some exercise, huh?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, that sounds like a fun time too. Did you get the chance to relax, watch some TV at home?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you spent your whole time out exercising and walking, huh? Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing. And how about you, Zach?
Well, I didn't do much. We did have Nani's for dinner last night.
Oh, what is Nani's?
It's that pizza place that's up on near McDonald's in Havre de Grace.
Yes, I do. I've actually never been to that one. Is it good?
It's actually not that bad. It's actually where I got my cheeseburger sub from.
Oh, sweet.
It's called Nani's Brick Oven Pizza. I think it's one of those family affair type things.
Small family-owned business.
Yeah.
I've seen the signs, man. I like trying all the different pizza places in any area to see which one's best. But would you recommend Nani's?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Mom says they got better pizza than Pat's, but I haven't really had Pat's pizza in a while, so.
Oh, they're all good. Hard to find bad pizza.
What about Domino's? Can I get me and my mom get Domino's and I get French fries and I get a brownie with mine from Domino's and like going towards past the games?
You get French fries from Domino's?
Like I said, yeah, they're just brownies that you can order from after you're done getting the pizza from.
I know they have brownies. You said French fries. So
No, I said I get French fries from Burger King.
Oh, you get pizza from Domino's and then French fries from Burger King.
Yeah.
And you take it all home?
Yeah.
Nice. I think Domino's is my favorite just for the price and the
Yeah,
customizability of the pizza.
They've got stuffed crust pizza and 5 cheese blend mac and cheese now.
At Domino's?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I bet they make a good mac and cheese, huh?
They do.
I haven't really tried it yet, but it does look pretty good. I can guarantee you that.
Love some pizza, especially on the weekends. That was always my
Yeah.
Friday night tradition.
Yeah.
Especially when you're watching like Dumb and Dumber.
Watch
With
some
Jim
good-
Carrey?
Yeah, I have it on my television for free.
So you like watching pizza and eating movies? How about you, Zach? What's your go-to pizza restaurant?
Fortunatos.
Fortunatos. Interesting choice. What kind of pizza do you get there?
Chicken.
Chicken. Do you get barbecue chicken or like a white pizza?
Grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken pizza. That's different. Interesting restaurants. I gotta try out.
Then there's Box Hill Pizza, which of course I don't always get pizza. I get a crab cake from Box Hill.
That's where you want to go to get crab cake, huh?
Yeah, because that's where my mom gets my crab cake for my birthday.
I haven't really had Pizza Bullies in a while, but that was but the Pizza Bullies that used to be near the Hobby Lobby, where that new Italian place is now, I think.
Oh yeah, in
That was where I
Abingdon.
tried my first teriyaki wings, actually.
I think that one's called Baco Pizza. Is that the new one?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
You said you got.
I don't know if Pizza Bullies got moved or they closed, but they did have a
Right.
sign on there. I don't remember what they said, though.
Gotcha. Well, cool. Well, thanks everyone for
You're welcome,
telling me
sir.
about your weekends and
What you do before I go to the bathroom? So what you do over there?
what did I do over the weekend?
Yeah, before I go to the bathroom, I want to hear.
Oh yeah, well, my girlfriend and I went down to the North Point Flea Market. We had never been there before, so we just did some sightseeing. Got some these little like fried mini donuts. They're incredible. Oh my god, we just spent a whole bunch of money on sweets. I bought a couple of old DVDs I collect. But it was a good time. Just kind of went around, met some people, tried some hot sauce, got some cookies.
I have multiple collections in my place.
Yeah, I do too. Because I have I don't know if you ever heard of a group which y'all might think it's in Triple H called D-Generation X.
I don't think so.
Zach,
that-
you ever heard of that group?
Oh.
Degeneration X?
Yes, well, Shawn Michaels in Triple H. I've been watching wrestling ever since 1997.
Oh, cool, man. So do you collect wrestling DVDs?
Yeah, I have like 10,000 of them at home, including one of them's like the old president, though.
Oh, cool,
Barack
man.
Obama.
You know, in addition
Really?
to Nani's, I also got lunch for myself from the Promenade Grill down there at the park.
When was that? Over the weekend?
Saturday, yeah.
So Promenade Grill's open already.
Yeah, they opened like last Friday, this past Friday.
Oh, very cool. I like that place. It's really good atmosphere. Sit right down by the water and eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Neat. Well,
Got myself a crab cake sandwich there.
do they have good crab cakes at Promenade Grill?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Because I've had them from, what was the other one? Papa's?
Yeah, I think they call it the Chesapeake or something like that.
Okay.
At least the grill, I mean. Promenade Grill, they call their crab cake sandwich the Chesapeake, I think they call it.
I might have to try that next time I'm in town.
Maybe next time we can have lunch as well as our podcast there or something like that.
Hey, man, as soon as it gets nice out, I would love to broadcast from sunny, nice Havre de Grace.
Yeah,
That's my goal.
yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone for filling me in on your weekends. And we're going to wrap this segment up. We'll be right back with you guys. All right, welcome back, everyone. We just finished watching a YouTube video clip from this week's WWE Vengeance match to get excited for this week's edition of Geno's Sports Segment.
Yeah.
And here's Geno. He's going to walk us through what we just watched.
Yeah, you just watched Stephanie Valkyria versus Fallon Henley, and her group was on the outside, and they were trying to interfere in the match, but they didn't work. 'Cause Stephanie Valkyria is the new North American Women's Champion, as you can tell in there.
I noticed that. Yeah, every time the one girl got knocked out, the two others were waiting down at the bottom to get her.
Yeah.
But she defended herself pretty well, huh?
Yeah.
So
And she's from the UK.
she's from the UK?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's where my wife's from.
Oh, gotcha. Is that why she reminds you of your wife?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Nice.
And Paige does too, even though I have that other one in my phone.
I see. Cool. So who won the match?
Stephanie Valkyria.
Stephanie won, right?
But of course, like I said, her real name is Stephanie. She has all different kinds of wrestling names. She has Stephanie Valkyria, Lyra Valkyria, or Rachel Rodriguez.
Gotcha. And Zach, what did you think about it? You said you're not really a huge wrestling fan, but
Well, it was kind of interesting in some ways. I mean, I guess it's one of the few legal jobs you can actually legally hit somebody without hurting the law. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Some of those hits
But I'm
look.
just saying. Some people say it's fake. Some people say it's real. It depends on where you get your information from, really.
Right. So I don't think they're really punching each other in
No,
the face
they're
or
not.
anything,
No.
but there is some real
Yeah.
skill involved
Yeah.
with what they're doing there, huh?
You know, I had a cousin who did a lot of wrestling in high school.
Now that's all real, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
competitive
yeah,
one versus one?
Yeah.
Wrestling like that.
Yeah.
And this
I don't
is
even really know how it worked, but I mean, I haven't really seen him since like we got home, since just before I got home from Kentucky in October. So I didn't get much of a chance to talk to him. So
oh, gotcha. Maybe reach out and say hello.
yeah, he's
Been a
well.
long
I
time.
think he's in the army right now. He's deployed out towards the border in California. I think right now.
Wow.
Speaking of the army, I know it's off subject, but but when Rachel I told you about, she graduated from the Air Force. My wife graduated from the Air Force.
The one who the wrestler reminds you of, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool, man. And what do you know what that move was called at the end there? Where she jumped off the top of the thing and spun around like 5 times and smashed into her.
I think it's like the moonsault. Yeah, because Lydia used to have that, but she didn't do hers like Stephanie by Kurt. She just did hers backwards and then it landed on the woman.
What was it called again, Eugene?
I think Amazon or something like that. I think.
Some kind of assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. She must have done like 3 backflips and
Yeah, because
landed
they
on her.
do their training in Orlando, Florida. NXT does. Where I was at for my back.
Cool,
I
man.
could have saw Bianca Belair down there.
Makes sense. I
Nice.
reckon.
And Zach P, what did you think about what we just watched?
About the wrestling,
Yeah, man.
a guy got kicked in the jaw.
No, we're looking at that guy.
Oh, from the one we just watched with the two
Female.
women wrestling.
Yeah, one of them got kicked in the jaw.
It
Yeah.
looked pretty painful, huh?
Yeah,
And Zach, do you watch wrestling regularly at home?
sometimes.
Once in a while?
I watch mine every day. Well, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Because with Thursdays, sometimes I watch the Dirty Shore on Thursday.
Gotcha.
Or Team Mom on Thursday.
So they have like a different event each day of the week, as I understand it, right?
Yeah,
So
except for
there's-
the day because when they're back in the States, I want to go so bad, but because sometimes they're in New York, and my sister lives in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and my Hillary lives in New York. Because I told you Hillary reminds me of my sister, so she lives in New York. She has family down there.
Have you ever been to a live wrestling match, like an event?
Yeah, in Baltimore when Stephanie had versus against her father back in 2003 in the I Quit match.
She had to go against her father. Really? A wrestler had to wrestle her own father?
And the dad was mean because the dad was like cheating on her mother with Trish Stratus.
I'm sorry, come again?
I said she was cheating on her mom with Trish Stratus. Vince McMahon was cheating on her mom with Trish Stratus.
Oh, no. So that's what the drama that fueled that match, huh?
And her mom, Stephanie's mom, threw on the towel.
Did you?
I was there.
What was it like seeing a live... I've never been to a live wrestling
I've
event.
been to that one. I've been to one in Aberdeen when they have one up in Aberdeen because the big what was it? Viscera was there before he passed away.
Is it exciting as it looks on the TV?
Mm-hmm. Because you get to see it fire except for like my dad was mad because we had to wait for that daggone screen to pop up on the, like when you were going there.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it because I'm a patient waiter. If I'm talking about my dad, he didn't. Cause like I did like going with my dad. Then my dad made me say. My mom took me in 1997 to WCW.
Oh, you went to a WCW match.
Yeah, my mom took me. My dad couldn't take me because my dad was doing something. He was working.
Gotcha.
So my mom took me. My mom said never again. She said she like if my partner takes me, then yes. My mom said that's fine.
She wasn't feeling it, huh?
My younger sister wasn't either. So my younger sister was getting into it because I was into it, but then yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta get into it.
Plus,
Gotta take that leap.
Plus, I have like 10,000 wrestling DVDs at home and like old and stuff.
Oh my gosh, man, you got quite a collection, huh?
And I have most of them on Peacock.
Nice, man.
Cause like I told you, me and my wife are getting married in Las Vegas. I don't even know I'm going to get it when I'm already going to be there in April 19th and 20th. Yeah.
Very cool, man. Would you say wrestling's your favorite sport to watch?
No, I do. When wrestling's not on, I watch my team, the Steelers, or my team, the Yankees, or the Capitals, or I did like the Wizards, but the Wizards are horrible. So I told my mom I'm cheering the Lakers now because I like LeBron James.
You ever watch the Harlem Globetrotters when they're on?
I was there. They were there in Florida when I was there.
I really miss their old uniforms.
You got to see them perform, right?
Yeah, when I was down in Florida.
I really miss their old uniforms where they were all red, white, and blue. I thought that was really cool. I've seen it on Scooby Doo actually with the originals. In fact, the original Globetrotters actually had their own cartoon back in the 70s.
Did they really? They had
it
their
was
own
like
cartoon
the
show?
Super Trotters or something like that. I don't really remember, but you can look it up on it's. They have the information all on Google.
I know. It was like, yeah, and then for entertainment.
Have you ever seen that before, Eugene?
Yeah, I've seen Harlem Globetrotters before. They
The cartoon, though.
No.
Zach was saying that they had a cartoon show a long
I
time
like
ago.
the- I like
It was
Back
cool
in
to
the
watch.
70s, I
No,
think.
I wasn't even born yet. I was born 1983.
I remember seeing them on a cartoon called Futurama. They had an episode where they, I think they saved the universe.
They guess
Because they're actually
starred on
super
a,
smart.
They guest starred on a couple of Scooby-Doo things back in the day with the original Globetrotters.
Oh, and about entertainment, I can sing because of mine. It's like sports entertainment. I can sing.
Your segment is about sports and entertainment, Eugene.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell the group about what you did last week?
Yeah, I was on a talent show last week, Flash Dance show last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys,
every
Eugene
time.
participated in a talent show.
Yeah, and I was thinking because everybody was cheering for me. Like Miss Emma and all the job coaches were there. Miss Emma, Miss Hillary, Miss Caitlin, Miss Valerie, Miss Antonia, because she brought me.
I'm so sorry I had to miss
And
it.
Miss
man.
Suzanne was there. She was sitting next to my mom.
I was podcasting that day with another group.
Yeah, Miss Suzanne was
unfortunately,
sitting there.
but
And then like the rest of the people like that I work with, Miss Denise and Miss Kathy and other people that I work with were there.
wow, did you knock them all dead?
Because I wish I was on American Idol. Most people, because they kept on like clicking their phone, like I get more views.
Oh, really?
Just because that show's called America's Got Talent, there's not really that many Americans on there.
That's about.
But they're in America, so.
Yeah, because I saw American Idol. And I was like, how come I wasn't on that show? I saw Carrie Underwood was one of my favorite singers. She's on that show. She's one of the judges now on American Idol.
Last week, were you like kind of pretending like you were on American Idol auditioning?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And what was the song that you sang? You said you did a song and dance.
Lean on me.
Lean on Me, like the classic.
Yes,
Lean
from
on
Glee.
Me. But to circle back to your performance, had you ever sang and danced live before like that?
Yeah, then when I was at work for Technology Center in Baltimore, where they told me how to do stuff on my own.
Okay.
Because I was thinking to my girlfriend Sarah there at that point.
Gotcha. How about you, Zach? Have you ever got up on stage and performed?
Not often.
Not too often.
I mean, I have done it when I was younger, but like I said before, I'd really like to be able to narrate Thomas and Friends episodes, especially the classic era, but apart from that.
Okay, so you're not as big of a performer.
And
Not entirely, but I would like to direct and star in my own movie features, yes.
Wow, really? You've never mentioned that before.
Well, that's kind of basically what I was also leaning towards with narrating the original Thomas and Friends content.
Okay, so something kind of similar to that.
But I do like Michael Jackson. But like I was supposed to do Michael Jackson like on a talent show. My mom was like, "You better not grab your crotch," and I was like, "He did it. He did it.
That's part of the dance.
Yeah, he
Great.
did it."
Did you do the moonwalk?
No, I did it at my home because I have his concert from 30 years ago. His 30th anniversary special concert.
That's hard to learn, man. I remember everybody was trying to learn that.
Yeah, plus in one of his music videos, "You're Not Alone," his girlfriend looks like my wife, and I had to pretend like she was at my house and I'm hugging her because she was crying with a teddy bear one day.
No, I think I remember that video. How about you, Zach? Zach R. Have you ever performed? Been in a talent show or anything like that?
No.
Never.
Would you like to? Because Miss Jordan teaches the class like next go around.
Is that something you don't think you'd be interested in?
No.
Well, if you ever change your mind, talk to
Me.
Geno here. He can get you hooked up.
Because Miss Jordan teaches the class. I don't have her number. Miss Antonia does. I'm trying to get it from Miss Antonia.
Right on. How about Zach? Have you ever seen any singers perform on stage or anything like that?
No.
Really? Have you ever been to a concert?
Yeah.
Who did you see?
I don't know.
Can't remember. You just knew that you went to a concert.
Oh yeah. It's
That's okay, Zach.
yeah, speaking of that, Charles, I went to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle concert and I saw like the real Teenage Mutant Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo. Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Oh, how long ago was that?
When I was in second or third grade, my dad took me.
And you still have that on your phone?
Uh-huh.
Cool. Well, once we finish up, maybe you could show us.
Yeah, well.
Thanks.
And then I
Gene.
also saw the Radio Music Awards last week.
You saw the
iHeart Radio Music Awards.
iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Yeah, because they were doing a tribute for Nelly last week.
For Nelly.
Yeah, the singer of the rapper Nelly to that song.
Yeah,
It's
Country
Hot-
Grammar?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had it
Getting
hot in
Hot
here.
in
Yeah, and they were doing the tribute to Mariah Carey last week too. That's my other favorite singer.
No
They
way.
pass away or something?
No, they always do a tribute to them. No,
That's what I thought at first too, because a lot of times when you do a tribute to someone, it's because they passed away. But I guess you can do a tribute to a living person.
Yeah.
yeah, and Lady Gaga got an Icon Award for it there too. At first, when I first saw her with all the blood, my mom thought it was real What about the blood that when she had her
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
for the at the MTV bedroom, and my mom thought it was real.
Oh my gosh, that was turned a lot of heads that costume did.
And then I saw one year I think it was like when I was in high school. I saw Britney Spears kissing Christina Aguilera, and I was like, why?
Oh yeah, publicity stunt, or do you think they really liked each other?
No.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. And Christina Aguilera's in a movie called with the Cher. I can't remember the name of the movie though. Could have it at home.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're running a little bit low on time, so I think we're gonna kind of wrap this segment up.
Okay.
Geno, thank you for leading
welcome.
your
welcome.
sports segment. We touched on wrestling, we touched on entertainment, we touched on singing, concerts.
And everybody was cheering for me, like when all my friend Shanika's friends were clapping for me when they heard me singing yesterday.
That is so cool, man.
They were looking at their
for,
phones.
Thank you for sharing that video with us.
You're welcome.
Awesome. All right, guys. We are going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with you. Welcome back, everyone. We just finished watching a clip from a podcast on YouTube called Guide Rail, and the episode was called Exploring Every Kind of Tank Engine. So, Zach P., would you like to fill our listeners in on what we just watched?
Well, Guide Rail is a video podcast done by Max. I don't know his last name, but he lives in the UK, and his YouTube name is Terrier55 Stepney. That's Terrier spelled the same way as the dog is, I believe. 55, number 55, 55. And Stepney, which is actually the name of a steam locomotive that actually is part of that class of engine that the locomotives are named after.
Oh, very cool. Gotcha. And the video we just watched was about different kinds of tank engines.
Yes, there are like 4 or 5 different types of tank engine in the world. Well, tanks are pretty much one of the most interesting to me because they don't even look like they have tanks. It's pretty much camouflaged under the frames. What do you guys think of any kind of train in general? I mean, they're basically the industry is 200 years old, over 200 plus years old. So, what do you think we can redeem from them for our society?
Wow, that's a good question, Zach. So,
I'm trying to think because they got like trains. Because like what I told you is that because like trains, the people are real on the trains. Like when they push you out the way.
Depends on where you're going with them. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Geno, you had an interesting experience on a train. Would you like to tell the group that story?
Yeah, sure. But me and my mom went on a plane. We came back from New Jersey. No, actually, we were on the way to New Jersey because the first time everything was fine. Peachy came. The second time we rode on the train, it was like horrible because they pushed us out. Me and my mom out of the way when we were trying to get up.
Oh my gosh! So did you take a plane to New Jersey?
We took a train.
You took a train up there.
And then my mom got her car was fixing. We brought the car back.
Oh, okay. So you had to go pick up a vehicle that was being repaired.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And you didn't have a great time on the train, huh? You said people were rude and was it overcrowded?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Did you make it on in time?
Yeah, we did.
Were you able to get on with all your stuff and
Yeah.
got back to New Jersey on time to pick up the car?
Yeah.
So once you got on the train, was it tolerable? Was it a little more fun?
Yeah, like the first thing when we went down there, yeah, but not on the way back.
Not on the way back, huh?
Yeah, except for I'm not dumb, Charles, but me and my dumb self like wear like a pair of like my pajama pants over top of my jeans, and I was like hide on the way on the train, and I didn't know what I was thinking that day.
Oh, gotcha. So you weren't dressed for the occasion, huh? Gotcha. Well, what did you like about it? About riding on the train?
People not getting up and pushing me out of the way. That's what me and my mom loved about the train.
So once you finally got your spot staked out and situated.
Then like they just put anybody with me, and I'm like, I don't know that person. And then they put me under anybody. They have me and my mom separated, and I don't like that.
It's strange, huh? Having to sit next to a stranger.
Same thing with airplanes.
Yeah.
Well, riding a train is basically a communal event, especially in the dining car, so they can serve everybody.
I like the airplane food, yes, but I do not like the train food. I refuse to eat a train.
Well, at least it's fresh, and you get to see a lot more scenery outside.
Not to me. I don't like dirt.
Didn't like the food?
Like airplane food, yes. The pretzels, I love them, but no, not the train food. No.
Do you remember what they served you on the train to eat?
It's just like some tried to serve me some peanut butter, but they know what I'm allergic to. And, no.
Oh no, so they didn't have.
They didn't have my
Food for everybody on there,
They
huh?
didn't have my turkey sandwich like I normally eat. So I had to give my mom my peanut butter. I'm allergic to peanut butter. That's the only thing they had was peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, they passed out peanut. Was it peanut butter and jellies?
I can have jelly, but I can have peanut butter.
You try the long distance trains that go across country.
No, I'd rather try an airplane.
Have you ridden on an airplane before too?
Yeah, too.
Geno?
Remember I told you I went to Florida on an airplane back in 20.
Oh yeah, and that was.
I think I have to go to the bathroom again. I don't know.
That's okay, Zach. We can pause for a minute.
I love enjoying my conversation.
That's all right, guys. Hold that thought. We'll be right back with you.
And we are back.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
What were we talking about? We just had a bathroom break.
How I love airplanes better than trains.
Gotcha. And when's the last time you were on an airplane?
2002 when I went to my Special Olympics team when we came in second for the Special Olympics. Because I have pictures of my cell phone.
Came in second in what, Eugene?
It's basketball.
Nice. And where did you play?
We played against Florida. We played against like other teams from Special Olympics.
So you flew to Florida for Special Olympics basketball.
Yeah, and my whole entire family was there. My dad surprised me on that day.
Oh, you didn't know he was going to be there? And he showed up?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
And I got down on one knee and started crying. I felt embarrassed that day, though.
Oh, well, that's okay.
No need to be embarrassed. We all cry now.
Hey, it happens.
Just like right at my online meeting, felt embarrassed.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. It's okay to feel that way. But what did you like better about riding on a plane versus a train?
Because you can sit next to the window, and on an airplane you can see with stuff that get in the sky.
Did you not get to sit next to a window when you were on a train?
I just sitting there with somebody that was smelly.
Yeah, to sit next to somebody that smelled bad
Yeah.
on the train?
Yeah, that's why I said they had to separate me and my mom. My mom had to do the same thing. They had to separate us.
Oh, that's too bad, man. Oh, when you were on the plane, were you able to sit in the same row and you got the window seat?
Because my coach because I rode back with my coach on the way back from Florida.
Ah,
And my coach let me sit next to the window because she felt me shaking because I don't like sitting next in the middle because all of a sudden I started shaking.
oh my gosh, were you nervous?
Yeah, because I don't like sitting in the middle, especially in the same thing in the car, like sitting on the front seat now.
It's not fun. Big guy like me, are you? Yeah, you don't want to.
Plus,
Have
like
to share that much space.
plus my basketball team member, he was like, "Won't you sit in the middle?" No, I'm not. I'm not going to sit in the middle. I like sitting next to the window. Because my mom was already up there because we had our opening ceremony. You know who Sarah Bareilles is?
I don't think so. Who's that?
The singer. She was there doing her
Oh.
own. She was singing like in Orlando, Florida.
Wow.
She's ever song with myself. She was the one that sang with some Bray. That's not my first time going on a plane because I went on a plane to visit my aunt in Germany.
You flew to Germany.
Yeah, because my dad was in the military, so he got like stuff in.
Wow. How long of a trip was that?
That was like when I was real little.
Do you remember how long the flight was?
Not very
Must have been
long.
many hours.
Yeah.
I hear there's like a flight from India to California is like 20 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
There are some that are at least a whole day. You sleep on there. You eat many meals on there.
Yeah, but I like riding on airplanes because they could give you like whatever you want. If you want a ham sandwich, they'll give you a ham sandwich. If you want skinny popcorn, they'll give you skinny popcorn. If you want some pretzels, they'll give you some pretzels. If you want an orange, they'll give you some orange.
I'm sure some trains are like that, but you did not have that experience, huh?
Yeah.
So Zach, do you prefer riding on trains to planes?
Yeah, but every time we went across the country, we had to take a plane because it was too long to do it. It's like 3 days to cross the continent by train.
Wow, and versus maybe I think like 8 hours
A few hours, 3-4 hours, yeah.
to fly. So whole different experience, huh?
When I was down in Florida, I saw Stephen A. Smith because they do the first take down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause I
The
saw
person
him.
from the podcast that you watch.
Yeah, I saw him and I saw Molly there.
Wow, were they already podcast hosts
Mhm.
when you saw them all that time ago?
Yeah,
They were already doing that.
yeah. And I also saw that big tall dude that used to play with the Ravens, Marcus Spears.
Wow, you met some famous people, huh?
Yeah, and then one year when I went down to Orlando, Florida, I saw Dwayne Wade from when he was playing with Miami Heat.
Wow, no way.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. So-
We almost took a train last time we went to Florida, but I mean, for some weird reason, we decided to fly anyway, which I thought was ridiculous. I was looking forward to taking the train that day.
Oh, I'm sure you were, man.
You can actually they have this. Actually, Amtrak has this auto carrier service that runs from DC from DC to like Orlando, I think.
Mm-hmm. So you're hoping to do that next time?
Well, I don't even know if we're going to be doing anything like that anytime soon.
And
Okay.
I just found out that since me and my wife are getting married at Las Vegas, I'm taking a plane to Las Vegas.
You're gonna fly there.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's no train service to Las Vegas, Nevada at the moment, anyway. So
Is there not?
no, I think it's been abandoned since like '71.
Really? I would think there were all kinds of.
I mean, there hasn't been an official public passenger train, but Union Pacific does occasionally stop there for employees to enjoy the.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess most people just take flights now. I would love to travel by train across the country, even if it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
I couldn't even sleep on the train because there was somebody was pushing me, trying to like wake me up. No, it wasn't my mom; it was somebody else.
Must have been really close quarters in there, huh?
Yeah.
How many people do you think were crammed into that one little train car?
More than one, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. I can remember.
Well, hopefully not that many, but I'm sure it was very crowded.
I can understand that. I know it was a TV show. But I understand that Corey and Topeka had fun on the train, but not me. I know it was New Year's, but I know now.
Well, I hope that in the future maybe you do get to take a train ride that's
The way me and my mom talking,
More fun.
I don't think the way me and my mom were talking. No, we either take a car or we were just like, because me and my mom, when my grandmother was alive, we took like a long train ride, car ride to Atlanta, Georgia, to visit my grandfather before we went to Disney World. Because we've been to Disney World more than one time. I went when I was in 8th grade.
So it's funny you should mention Georgia because I went down there to visit my cousin for one of his kids' birthdays, and that's where I first tried fried okra. It was pretty good.
I tried oysters like when I was in high school, and I didn't like it. Well, actually, I did like it when I was in high school when I tried it at a restaurant, and I was like,
not for everybody, huh?
Fried
Yeah.
oysters or shucked oysters?
it was like fried. I did fried oysters. It was like a spirit, just like I had to dissect a frog. I was like, ew, in high school.
It reminded you of dissecting the frog? Is that what he said?
No, I would say I did it when I was in high school, but like in front of my class, one of my classes.
I dissected a virtual frog in middle school.
I did mine in high school.
Gotcha, guys. But let's circle back to trains and travel because
He didn't get you.
Zach R., we haven't heard from you. You mentioned earlier that you once took a train to, was it Philly?
Yeah.
Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Cool. Would you like to share that story with the group?
Yeah, it was Lancaster, and I went on a train ride.
Wow. Okay. So did you leave from Harford County?
Yeah.
Nice. Which do you remember which train station it was?
It's a train station in Lancaster.
Which one did you leave from? Did you leave from Edgewood or Aberdeen?
No, we just took a ride when we were up there on it.
Okay. Gotcha. And it dropped you off in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it rode down there.
Wow. And what was your experience like riding on a train?
It was fun.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you get a window seat?
Yep.
That makes it so much better. It's something to do besides looking at your phone or actually get to experience all the landscapes and
the
the.
bad part of it, I kept on hearing the good guy, but I didn't hear no radio. I didn't hear everybody else heard the radio. I didn't hear the radio because I was waiting in the bed. I couldn't even barely hear the radio.
So yeah, you must have been bored, huh?
Yeah.
But Zach, you were entertained while you're
Yeah.
on the train, huh?
Yeah.
Neat, man. Makes me wanna take one.
Yeah.
And what was in Lancaster? Why were you traveling there? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Can't remember. Must have been a long time ago, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Would you be down to travel by train again someday?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have gift shops up there.
Hey, gift shops. Oh, that's the most fun part sometimes.
Country too.
Amish country, right?
I like to go to
In Lancaster.
I like to go back to the museum at Washington D.C. That's where I went to.
Okay. But Zach, you how much time did you spend in Lancaster? Did you spend a couple days up there?
No, just one.
Just one day? Did you see any Amish people or communities?
Yes.
Neat. That's a very interesting way of life they've got there.
I already
Gotcha.
know.
Well,
It's
thank you
spread
for.
from, like Pennsylvania to I think Wisconsin.
Right, and there's somewhere where I'm from in Southern Maryland too. Gotcha. Well, thank you for sharing your experience, Zach.
You know, speaking of Philly, there's actually historic streetcars that have been rebuilt from 1943 veteran cars from on the SEPTA line, number 15 on the streetcar routes up there. And they're a lot. They're calling PCC 2 and PCC 3.
Okay.
They're rebuilt from like 1940s veteran cars with air conditioning and whatnot, and they run on a single line up there. I've been wanting to go up there and ride them while they got them up there.
So they ride on a train track.
Yeah, it's basically a streetcar line. Think of it as a light rail with vintage equipment.
Wow. So they took the original ones from the 40s and they
Yeah.
souped them up, put AC in them, made them more comfortable.
Yeah, in fact, Boston and San Francisco also do it. And I think San Diego and San Jose also do it, too. And there's also a line down in San Antonio that's doing the same thing.
Wow, very cool. So not as big and exciting as a train, but probably still really fun
Yeah, they're
to
historic
ride around
street
on.
cars and they actually run in revenue service in many cases.
Very cool. Actually, getting low on time here. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say about airplanes, trains, streetcars?
No, airplanes. Me and my, like I said, me and my younger sister like airplanes because me and my younger sister. I knew we were little, but my dad had to carry me and my sister like to Disney World because like he had my sister on one shoulder, he had me in the back.
Oh, that's when you flew down?
Mm-hmm.
Probably carried you off the plane that way, huh?
Yeah, that's why I used to do it with my niece and nephew.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Sweet.
Very cool, very cool.
Except for they're horrible when they're horrible when they're around me and my mom, but when they're around their real mom, they're not.
Oh, you bad influence on them? I'm just playing. But thanks, everyone. I think we're going to wrap this segment up. Thank you, Zach, for leading and sharing your knowledge about trains.
No problem.
And thanks to everyone at home for listening. We'll be right back with you. All right, everyone. Welcome to the very first edition of The Facts with Zach. Today, we are joined here by Zach Raymer. And Zach, you wanted to tell us a little bit about what you like to do when you go out with your personal support coach.
We go for a walk on the boardwalk, and we go to the Amish market in Shoptown.
Wow, you said the boardwalk. Would that be the boardwalk in Havre de Grace?
Yeah.
Neat. That's one of my favorite places to go. What do you like about going there, Zach?
It's a nice to go along the water on the boardwalk and around the water along the White House.
It is. It's really peaceful and relaxing there, isn't it? Sometimes you see some cool creatures, cool animals.
Yeah.
Neat. And where else did you say you like to go, Zach?
Go to Hartford Mall,
Hartford Mall. That's a good spot. What do you like to do for fun there?
take walks.
Get some exercise. Do you have any favorite stores that you like to visit when you go to the mall?
No.
No, you just go there to walk, huh? Get out to beat the heat and walk in the AC.
That's really all it's good for now.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I've heard they've closed quite a bit of the stores in there, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the restaurants are going to be staying, that's for sure, but I can guarantee you everything else is going to go down.
Yeah, they've got a Friendlies and a pretzel put onions pretzels.
Pretzel, super pretzel twister.
Pretzel Twister, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is good. I hope they leave
There's
all the
also that
restaurants.
Italian place, too. Don't forget about that Italian place.
Oh, where they have the pizza on display?
Yeah, that's the one.
I forget what that place is called.
Geno's Pizza, I think it's called. And
I think so. Hey,
in
just
fact,
like
believe it or not, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but they have this catering special where you get 25 wings for $25 or 50 wings for $50. That's like a buck a wing. That's pretty big. That's a pretty good deal.
That's actually not bad if you're buying in bulk like that.
Yeah, especially if it's $1 per wing plus tax. You know, I mean, you're basically only paying for the tax, that sales tax, that is. I mean, other than that, you're basically getting everything else for free.
True. Zach Raymer, do you ever get food when you go to the mall?
No.
No. Where do you like to eat when you go out with Cy, your personal sport coach?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, man, that's my favorite.
You know, they have nuggets now.
Yeah, they do.
I saw they just brought back chicken nuggets at Taco Bell. Has anyone tried those?
No.
No, but I have tried their nacho fries. I hope they still have those.
Those are good. I think those became a permanent menu item.
Yeah, they did.
But I haven't tried
Fairly
those.
recently.
I haven't tried the nuggets.
They're basically French fries and taco seasonings with nacho cheese for dipping in the fries department.
Kind of reminded me of Checkers fries a little bit.
Yeah, kinda.
They're breaded thick like that.
Yeah, but they also have Zara's where you get tacos from too. They have Zara's because I get my quesadillas from Zara's, like going towards the Wendy's in Edgewood.
Oh, is that a good place to get tacos?
No, well, they have tacos. They have all sorts of different things. They have tacos and seafood and different stuff like that, pizza and different stuff like that.
Okay, very good.
Because I got my quesadilla from there last week.
Ooh, sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Zach Kramer, you mentioned going out to the Amish market sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you go there on Fridays, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
That's the time to go. That's when everybody goes there, huh?
That's when everybody's open.
Yeah, the Amish side's open. All the
Well,
vendors
the
are
Amish
there.
side's open every day they're there, I think. But you know, there's certain stalls that are only open on Fridays and Saturdays and the like.
Mm-hmm.
There's this place called Mr. Bill's where I get a lot of my used model train stuff.
Do they have model train stuff there?
Yeah, and a couple of the stalls actually, mostly HO scale, but I think they also have at least 1 or 2 O scale stuff.
Very cool. I didn't know they had model trains there.
Well, they're mostly
Totally makes
used.
sense.
Well, they're all used in many cases. And in many cases, they're still in their original boxes, but still, it's actually pretty cool.
That's cool. I get used video games there and movies sometimes.
Yeah, in fact, I recently got some train documentaries as well as the Family Guy Star Wars trilogy from there just the other week.
You picked up on DVD the Family Guy Star Wars?
Yeah, I prefer that over the original
The
Star
Blue
Wars.
Harvest?
Blue Harvest, something Dark Side, and It's a Trap. Those are the
There.
only 3 they did.
3 different ones, huh?
Yeah, all 3 in the same box.
Very cool.
One of which actually has a digital copy.
Oh, that's handy. Yeah, just in case your DVDs get scratched up, you got it backed up online?
Well, yeah, but it's the only one. I mean, I don't know if they actually still support it because everything's moving directly to digital these days.
True, I wonder.
I feel like there's room on the table for. This could be a topic for another day, but I feel like there's room on the table for both physical and digital media,
Right.
even into the distant future, because not everybody will be able to afford all these streaming services.
That's true. It used to be when it was just Netflix, you'd pay for that and you'd have access to pretty much any movie you wanted.
Yeah.
And now it's all divided up and complicated.
In fact, HBO Max is practically getting rid of the Cartoon Network segment of the whole thing. As far as I know, the only things they have left on there are the original Powerpuff Girls and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Everything else is gone.
Shoot.
I don't know what I heard a rumor that they're planning to distribute them to different streaming services, but I don't see the point in doing that.
I guess if there's a show you really like, you might want to go to the Amish market and pick it up a physical copy, huh?
Yeah, but I think they're also trying to get it on physical copies too, because a lot of things are starting to get on physical copies these days, like the '05 version of Crypto the Superdog, which I actually have in my backpack, believe it or not. I have that complete series. You know, the
you
one
brought
with the
that
Dog
with you today?
Stars and Brainy Barker and all that.
Cool.
In fact, I heard a rumor over Wiki that Brainy Barker and Crypto actually had a crush on each other, and I would have liked to see that develop as the show went on, but it only lasted 2 seasons for one reason or another.
That's too bad. But Zach Kramer, just to circle back around, what do you like to do when you go to the Amish market?
Get some food.
Yeah, they do have good food there.
What do you get to eat?
Chicken.
Chicken. What kind of chicken?
Fried.
You get like a 5-piece box.
I guess.
Comes with some sides. I think I know the spot you're talking about. They do have really good fried chicken. It's always a line all the way around the store. You got to fight through the people to get to it. Do you ever go to any of the shops in the market, Zach?
Yeah, they have video games.
Oh, do you go to the video game store in the back?
Yeah.
Cool, man. I noticed you were playing a retro video game today. Which one was that?
Nintendo.
Well, you were playing it on a Nintendo Game Boy, right? But which game was it?
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Oh, I think it was one of the old school ones, like Pokemon Red, right?
Yeah.
It was really cool to see you playing that. I played that growing up. By the time I was about 10 years old.
You saw me playing the Game Boy today in class?
Well, not in class, when we stopped at Burger King for breakfast. I did. Yeah, I came over and said something to you. I said, hey, you're playing Pokemon Red. I remember that from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But that's cool. All those video games still work nowadays, Zach Porter, like you were saying, everything's going digital, but if you got a Game Boy with cartridges, it'll still work.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Speaking of which, I've actually had this friend, Kelsey Parker from school. Well, she actually had this cartridge that actually played individual episodes from 3 certain shows. The ones I remember most are the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and the Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Ed, Edd n Eddy, man. God, I love that show.
Yeah, I have that complete. I have the almost complete series on DVD. They only neglected to put out the specials and the movie that came with it on that complete series pack. But other than that, it's pretty much complete. But I was surprised to see that the DES had a cartridge that could play digitalized episodes of certain shows.
So a Nintendo DS, you can put a cartridge in there and watch shows on it?
I forget exactly what cartridge it was, but it was like a Cartoon Network cartridge that played single episodes from certain shows, yes.
That's fascinating.
I don't know how that works, but I don't even know if you can still find it or not.
I didn't know that technology existed back then.
Yeah.
That's cool. But Zach Kramer, is there anywhere else that you and Cy like to go out?
No.
Mostly, said boardwalk, libraries, restaurants, and the Amish market, huh?
Yeah.
Do you go to the Promenade Grill when you go down there? They have some pretty good pork / some beef gravy down there. They added you can add it to like any of your orders for 95 cents for your fries and the like.
Zach, did you ever go to Promenade Grill when you go to Havre de Grace?
Yeah.
That's a good spot. Yeah, seafood, ice cream. Well, cool. I'm hoping for our next session we'll be able to get down there.
Yeah.
Weather's getting nice. I want to take this podcast on the road, bring it outside.
Yep.
Awesome, Zach. Well, thank you so much for sharing all this information about your life and what you like to do for fun.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we're going to wrap this segment up.
Okay.
But to everyone listening at home, we'll be right back with you. And thanks for listening. So, this concludes the very first episode of the Monday Mix. We really appreciate everyone at home for tuning in and listening. Be sure to come back next week for the next episode of Geno's Sports segment, Switch It Up with Zach, and The Facts with Zach. Thank you so much to all of our listeners at home for tuning in. This is the Monday Mix crew signing out. See you next Monday.